Listener and Daryl Jacob who lead Forget the Past and B for Salmon a few lengths to Patsy Hall and Hoy Cloy as they race away from the first fence, and the Listener gave it plenty of height, going on 3 lengths in front to Forget the Past, B for Salmon, and followed by Patsy Hall and Hoy Cloy as they go towards the first of the ditches. And it's the Listener who rises clear of Forget the Past, B for Salmon, Patsy Hall and Hoy Cloy, as the 5 runners now face up to fence number 3. And it's the Listener making it 4 lengths clear of Forget the Past. B for Salmon is 3rd, 4th place Patsy Hall, and Hoy Cloy settled in the back marker of the 5. They're continuing on now to fence number 4 as they continue down the back straight. Little change in the order as the Listener shows the way to Forget the Past, Patsy Hall on the inside of B for Salmon, and Hoy Cloy remains last of the 5. Going on now to the next on the far side, which will bring them to the second ditch in the race. And it's the Listener by 4 to 5 lengths. Forget the Past followed by B for Salmon, with Patsy Hall and Hoy Cloy 4 and 5. Jumping this one to bring them across to the fence before the straight. And no change in the order. The Listener from Forget the Past, B for Salmon, Patsy Hall and Hoy Cloy. Coming across now to the fence before they'll head for the straight. And the Listener is the leader from Forget the Past, remaining in 2nd. Then B for Salmon 3rd, just ahead of Patsy Hall. And Hoy Cloy remains last of the quintet. So they come now to swing into the straight and take them to the fence nearest the stands, where they're just coming up now to the 2-mile starting point. As the Listener bowls along in front for Daryl Jacob to Forget the Past and B for Salmon on the outside, Patsy Hall and Hoy Cloy as they face the fence, bringing them up towards the stands. The Listener leads from Forget the Past and B for Salmon, Patsy Hall and Hoy Cloy as they come on to run in front of the stands with a complete circuit of the track still ahead of them. And there's little change from the drop of the flag as the Listener cuts out the running, followed by Forget the Past, who's 3 lengths off the leader in 2nd, B for Salmon, Patsy Hall and Hoy Cloy. So they pass the winning post, they have a circuit to go, and it's the Listener and Daryl Jacob from Forget the Past and Andrew Lynch. Then B for Salmon, Andrew McNamara, couple of lengths to Patsy Hall, Davy Russell, and Hoy Cloy, Paul Carberry, the back marker of the 5. On they go now to the fence to take them away from the stands. The Listener from Forget the Past and B for Salmon, Patsy Hall remains 4th ahead of Hoy Cloy. The Listener safely over there in the lead. Slight pecks by Forget the Past and a more predominant one by Patsy Hall, but no harm done as the 5 runners make their way on to the second fence away from the stands. They've less than 1.5 miles to travel, so they're well past halfway at this point. And it's the Listener from Forget the Past, B for Salmon, Patsy Hall and Hoy Cloy. No change as they race now to the 10 furlong mark, which will make the swing into the back straight, where they'll face the first of the fences down the far side, 8 in all left to be jumped. The Listener leads, B for Salmon, moves alongside Forget the Past to dispute the 2nd spot, and then there's 4 or 5 lengths to Patsy Hall, who's just a length in front of Hoy Cloy. So they're turning down the back straight. They're now facing up to the first of the 8 fences from the finish, and it's the Listener in front of Forget the Past. In 3rd place is B for Salmon, then Patsy Hall followed by Hoy Cloy. So they continue on now to the next, which is just about 1 mile from the finish, 7 left to jump, and the Listener leads by about 5 now to Forget the Past and B for Salmon on the outside. Break then of 4 to 5 lengths to Patsy Hall and Hoy Cloy. At this one, the Listener over from Forget the Past, B for Salmon, break to Patsy Hall and Hoy Cloy. So they're racing now to the second last ditch, right across in front of the stands. 7 furlongs left to go in the Hennessy, and they've got 6 to jump. And it's the Listener and Daryl Jacob over 4 to 5 clear of Forget the Past. Just over 2 lengths then to B for Salmon as they continue now to the next that comes up 5 from home. And still the Listener, who's been in front from the start, showing just over 4 lengths clear of Forget the Past as a clear break then to B for Salmon. And Patsy Hall has parted company there with Davy Russell, so just 4 left now and just 4 fences left. So the Listener, Daryl Jacob, leads by 8 lengths now, jumping this one and clears it beautifully out in front of Forget the Past and Be for Salmon. Both at this point can't go with the leader. Hoycloy is fourth. Now they head for the final ditch on the far side, and it is the Lexus winner, the Listener and Daryl Jacob, out clear of Be for Salmon, who's now moved second ahead of Forget the Past and Hoycloy, and over the final regulation, and now swinging towards the second last. It's the Listener clear of Be for Salmon. Forget the Past can't go with them in third, and Hoycloy a remote fourth with 2 left to jump. It's the Listener out clear of Be for Salmon. At the second last fence now, it is the Listener safely over and well clear of Be for Salmon, Forget the Past and Hoycloy, and they're well strung out and heading for the home turn. It is the Listener and Daryl Jacob way out in front of Be for Salmon as they swing into the straight. They're clear of Forget the Past, who's pressed for the third now by Hoycloy. But on the run to the final fence in the Hennessy, it's the Listener clear of Be for Salmon as they come down now towards the final fence. The Listener out in front, Be for Salmon trying hard to cut down the deficit. And over the last, it's the Listener from Be for Salmon, who's still trying to make ground and is closing with every stride as they race inside the last 200 yards. It's the Listener. Be for Salmon is still cutting down the lead, but the Listener has got 150 yards to go. Be for Salmon putting in a tremendous late bid the inside, and Be for Salmon is going to get up. Be for Salmon is going to win his 10th Grade 1 and his 3rd Hennessy. He's got his revenge over the Listener. What a tremendously game effort. It's Be for Salmon and Andrew McNamara have done it for Michael Hourigan. Second the Listener, Hoycloy is third, and last of the four to finish, Forget the Past.
One or two more kisses go round amongst a few people later on. Absolutely fantastic. Be for Salmon, 11-4 second favourite. Beats the Listener, 9-10 favourite.